reason I love the horror genre is it doesn't really take itself too seriously sometimes. One of my favorite things about the horror genre is that there are usually some really good cameos, and most movies, I feel like a lot of horror movies, you can be like, hey, there's that horror icon. Hey, there's that person. One of my favorite cameos of all time is obviously Bill Murray in Zombieland. This was just like a great cameo, but there are so many others, specifically in the horror genre, that I think are fantastic. There are certain horror movie icons that are constantly doing cameos, it seems, like Robert Englund. He has made so many cameos in various horror movies. Like Urban Legend is one of my favorites. He made a cameo in Hatchet. He was in last season of Stranger Things. He played himself in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I loved his cameo in Behind the Mask. Robert Englund, the late great Tony Todd, and Kane Hodder also made like cameos in Wishmaster. Speaking of Tony Todd, I love his cameos in the Final Destination movies. It's like one of the best parts of those movies. I also loved his cameo in Hellfest. I really love that movie. That's an underrated movie. He also had like a brief cameo in the new Candyman remake in 2021. Stephen King is also the king of making cameos in various horror movies, especially ones that are obviously like made after his works. Here he is in It Chapter 2. He was the minister in Pet Sematary. Obviously had a big part in Creepshow. Played a pharmacist in Thinner. One cameo I really enjoyed was Sigourney Weaver's cameo in Cabin in the Woods. That was a shock, and yeah, I enjoyed seeing her there. Janet Leigh was in Halloween H2O, playing alongside her daughter Jamie Lee Curtis. Jack Black played this guy in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. You got Linda Blair in Scream. I love this cameo in Scream 3. There were a lot of cameos in Scream 3. My favorite, though, is Carrie Fisher playing another version of herself, the one that didn't get the role in Star Wars. Wes Craven is also someone that has made a lot of cameos in different films. My favorite one of his, though, was him being the janitor in Scream, wearing like Freddy's attire. I thought that was great. But yeah, there are so many different cameos in various horror movies that I think are awesome. What are your favorite cameos?